At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to Howl, the podcast. Here we talk about the Red Wolves. You know, we just kind of shoot the shit. We don't care. We don't care about other teams. We don't care what they're doing. We only care about the Red Wolves. That's why we're here. And that's kind of what Howl is just going to be about. It's just going to be shooting the shit about Arkansas State. Kind of a place where we can be honest. You know, it's my views. I'm sorry. It's a one-way street here. You're just going to have to listen to me if you want. You don't have to. You have to listen to the whole thing. You don't have to listen to any of it. But I do appreciate it if you do. I hope that you find some of these views pertinent to your everyday life. As long as it pertains to the Red Wolves, because that's what we really talk about here. Did you guys see the game last night? Yeah, some of us went to Mobile on the 26th. Checked it out. It's our 5th time in Mobile for a bowl game. It was the GoDaddy Bowl when we were there before, right? We love the GoDaddy Bowl. We went 4 times. This is our 5th time to go to Mobile, which is a record. It's a record amount of times. Congratulations to us. We've been to Mobile for the bowl game 5 times, and we've come away with that 3rd win. And that's pretty cool. Mobile never lets us down. We always have a good time. Of course, you know, I pick up Athlon Sports this morning. They go out of their way to talk about the lack of attendance at the 68 Ventures Bowl. You know, just eat it, Athlon Sports. It's December 26th. I wasn't there. I had Christmas obligations I had to fulfill. A lot of us had Christmas obligations we had to fulfill. Not just Arkansas State. I'm sure Bowling Green had the same damn obligations. We don't need you, Athlon Sports, making your little judgments about who attends the 68 Venture Bowl. Why don't you just back off and enjoy the game? Because the game was fun. You didn't say anything about how fun the game was. Your whole thing was about the attendance. As if attendance is any measure now of whether or not a college football game is successful. It's not. Not in the age of 80-inch screen TVs. Not when you can literally get any football game you could ever want on your television set without the hassle of finding your seat, finding your parking, getting your hotel reservation, feeding the kids. No, spare me your indignity, Athlon. Okay? Just enjoy the game, which was great. Did you see Justin Parks and Charles Wilkes out there? Did you see them out there? They seem to be on every play. They were not going to let a home loss to Old Dominion be their last game. Those 2 seniors said no. And Parks was incredible. He seemed to be in on every tackle. For a quarter and a half, the defense was the 1985 Bears. I mean, they were just stopping the run game in its tracks. They were giving the quarterback Bazelak. He has a great name. They put him on his butt, making him uncomfortable. 10-0 lead early on, thanks to a Clune Van Adel field goal. And a run, a kickoff return run from Courtney Jackson. I mean, that was electrifying. But no. Athlon Sports wants you to be pissed that there wasn't 100,000 people at the game. No, be pissed about that, America. Don't look at what was going on the field. The Falcons kind of figured out that Red Wolves defense, though, right? But not with the run. Nope. You know, sometimes blogs and journalists that represent our opponents will reach out to me and they'll ask me kind of the usual questions. They'll say, who's good on your team? What's your strengths? What's your weaknesses? Best of all, how does our team beat those Red Wolves? You know what I told the guy who reached out to me on this game? I said, run. Run your ass off. Run the ball. And when you're done running, run some more. Because chances are the Red Wolves will politely escort you into the end zone. That's how bad our run defense is. Last night, the Falcons managed 46 rush yards against us. 46. We put up a respectable 128, with Zach Wallace chalking up 99 of those yards. Honestly, why didn't we just run Wallace all night? The run was working. I didn't get that, by the way, the first half. Yeah, it was all cross and crusted fine. But, man, put in the bruiser. Put in the Benton bruiser, the Saline County sledgehammer. Zach Wallace, the senior. Put the guy in because he was hungry. He was just as hungry as Parks. Just as hungry as Charles. The guy was running mean. Sometimes I wonder, do they see what's hot? I don't know. I don't always seem to see it, but it was pretty good. We got fooled again, by the way. Speaking of sometimes the coach is not seeing something. Remember last year against Northern Illinois, Camellia Bowl? They trot out the field goal unit. Their field goal kicker, everybody knew he was having trouble all year long. So I even said, you got to look out for the fake field goal here. It was like they wanted to try to kick like a 45-yard field goal. This guy. I knew that's not what they were going to do. And then with the fake field goal, the guy runs it in for a touchdown. Northern Illinois ends up winning that game. Same thing happens here. They put out their punt unit. And it's not the punter that comes out to kick the ball. For some reason, it's the third-string quarterback. Oh, maybe we should see this. Maybe somebody should point that out. Hey, it's not the kicker. It's the third-string quarterback. What's he doing out there? Does he kick? Anyway, throws a dart past our very confused special teams for a touchdown. And that seemed that moment was probably the lowest moment of the game, right? For us Red Wolves fans. Because it was like, okay, here it goes again. We start off fast. We look good. We let one thing spoil the whole game. We'll never recover from this. And maybe Red Wolves teams from the past wouldn't have recovered from that. But this team was a little different, right? This team kind of likes adversity. Kind of thrive on it. It's like Rocky getting punched too much in the face. Finally, he just gets mad. Starts punching back. That's your Arkansas State Red Wolves. That 68 Ventures Bowl was the game I was looking for from the Red Wolves to execute all season long. I mean, let's face it. We had a long season. It was 7 wins, yes, but they were 7 mostly joyless wins. There's no win where we felt, that was a great game. Because there wasn't a win that was that way. It was always like, whew, we got out of that one. Whew. We shot ourselves in the foot enough, but we managed to score more points. This game was different. This game was fun. It was the team that we were promised just before kickoff against UCA. Rayner looked mobile and confident behind that capable offensive line. Rucker and Jackson were the offensive weapons we thought they were. Our linebackers were cracking spines out there. That's what they were doing. They're cracking spines. More than anything, though, this was Butch Jones's moment. This was his game. Yeah, Butch Jones. The guy on the sideline. The man, the man with the coach speak, right? We love his coach speak. I love it. Did you see him during the victory formation? Elated. Mob hugged by his team. This might surprise you guys, just between me and you, but not every Red Wolves fan likes Butch Jones. Yeah, it's true. When he was hired, do you know how many non-Red Wolves fans told me what a bad hire Butch Jones was? Non-Red Wolves fans. They would just come out of the blue, unsolicited. Just walk up to me. Wow, that was a really bad hire. I was like, what are you talking about? He seemed to have a pretty good coaching record at Cincinnati, Central Michigan, at Tennessee. I mean, just look at it. Nothing but bowl trips. Nothing but winning records. It was way too many people approaching me. Worse were the Red Wolves fans, who were secretly SEC fans, who would tell me what a bad hire it was. Do you know how I know that they're SEC fans? Because what they had to say about Butch Jones was identical to what Paul Feinbaum had to say about Butch Jones. Feinbaum doesn't like Butch Jones. And he makes no secret about it. They had a big, falling out, a big tiff. Feinbaum wasted, no breaths in besmirching Butch Jones. Pretty much say he wasn't a real coach. I don't know. It seemed kind of personal to me. But a lot of people like Feinbaum, including a lot of Red Wolves fans who kind of lean over to the SEC every now and then, want to know what's going on with the SEC. Oh, Feinbaum, he knows what he's talking about. He's connected. Whatever Feinbaum has against Jones, it's personal. And some of y'all believed it. Some of you still believe it. You still talk about it. Oh, that's a terrible hire. You know what was his crime at Tennessee? He didn't beat Alabama. Alabama, the team that constantly wins national championships. He didn't beat them. Jerry Pruitt didn't either, but that's okay. The successor. That's his crime. He didn't beat Alabama. Anyway, a lot of people approach me, most unsolicited, telling me what a terrible coach Butch Jones is. One guy, I swear to God, he opened a Twitter account just to tell me how bad a person Butch Jones was. It's like his whole purpose in life was to trash Butch Jones. To them, I say, just stick to listening to Paul Feinbaum. That's where your money is. Listen to Paul. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to A-State Fan Rules. Listen to Paul Feinbaum. That's your source of information. Go drop your toxic turds somewhere else, but not on me. This is Butch Jones's moment. Because the win against Bowling Green was the kind of win Red Wolves fans were looking for all season long. We forced a damn fumble in this game. We executed a damn trick play in this game. I thought trick plays were illegal in the Butch Jones offense. We blocked a damn field goal in this game. We ran a kickoff into the end zone. We led from start to finish against an opponent projected to win. Speaking of the opponent, those ESPN announcers sure liked themselves some Falcons, didn't they? If you're at the game, you didn't hear the ESPN announcers. And listen, to tell you the truth, they were well prepared. Very professional, I thought. They knew most of what was going on with Arkansas State. I assume they knew what was going on with Bowling Green. They knew the players' names, their stats, their importance to the team. They knew some background. They were well prepared, but good God, they loved themselves some Connor Bazelak. Bazelak, I guess his name. 6-year quarterback for the Falcons. Boy, they love that guy. They really loved NFL-bound tight end Harold Fannin. Hey, by the end of the game, I was a big fan of Fannin too. 213 yards and a touchdown. Listen, Red Wolves have always had trouble with the big pass-catching tight end, right? Remember Isaiah Likely? Hey, do you even remember Pat Conroy from last game we played against Old Dominion? Big tight ends kill us. And Fannin was great. Fannin is a legit NFL guy. Just like Likely was. Remember how big Likely was? Now he's awesome. He's doing very well. And Fannin will too. By the end of the game, though, by the end of the 68 Ventures game, the ESPN announcers were distraught. They were upset. I mean, these were grown men, just genuinely depressed about the outcome. They had rooted so hard for the Falcons' comeback, only to have to declare Arkansas State the winner. Oh, it must have burned them. Worst of all, they were compelled to name Corey Rucker the game's MVP. They couldn't name Fannin the MVP. They adored Fannin, but they couldn't name him the MVP because he lost. His team lost. Oh, no. We love Fannin so much. How dare those Red Wolves win? That's what it felt like. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. You know, that was funny. Yeah, like Channel 11 for Little Rock, THV, pimping out the Arkansas game that would be held the next day, the Arkansas Bowl game, pimping that out during A-State's Bowl game while never mentioning A-State's Bowl game. By the way, THV, they're not the only ones. Central Arkansas that are guilty of this. Yeah, for the most part, Central Arkansas media was absent online for the game. You know what would have killed some social media manager from any of these outlets to maybe post a score quarter by quarter? Would that have been so hard? Even Senator Tom Cotton, as far as I know, has never mentioned Arkansas State ever. Senator Tom Cotton. Even he wished the Red Wolves good luck. We couldn't even get like a score from the Central Arkansas News. Couldn't do it. It was too much trouble. Oh, yeah, they could tell you how to watch Arkansas's bowl game. Oh, how do you watch it? It's a fucking mystery, right? You turn on the TV. Better get out that essential information. Corey Rucker was the MVP of the game. And he had a great game. He had the 2 touchdowns, including that 79-yard TD scamper, which was cool. By the way, the announcers kept bragging how well the Bowling Green defense was bottling up Rucker. Ends up becoming the MVP. That must have burned. Was Rucker really the MVP, though? Listen, I love Corey Rucker. Rucker was the MVP to me of the whole season. And he had a great game, but was he the MVP? I'd have handed the hardware to Zach Wallace. His were the hard yards that cemented the victory. He was the guy with the ball in the fourth quarter. I love you, Ruck, but Wallace was the real MVP, man. He had a touchdown. He ran for the 99 yards. Honestly, he should have been running for a lot more. I mean, the dude was on fire. It was his last game. Just hand him the rock. Hand Zach the rock. The best thing I can say about the outcome of the 68 Ventures Bowl was that it gave me real hope for Arkansas State football moving forward. It did. This was Red Wolves football. I'm watching the game going, this is it. This is what it's supposed to be like. This is the football we're seeing here in Mobile. That's what we should have seen all season long. Hard-nosed, exciting, well-executed, big plays. You know, you had Jalen Rayner doing flips in the end zone. I didn't even know he could do a flip. Did any of you guys know that Jalen Rayner could do a flip? But he did. There's a photo of it. Go look it up. It's online. This was the team we were supposed to have. It beat Bowling Green. Yeah. This was the team that we were supposed to see all season long. And it finally came together in the bowl game, December 26th, 2024. Finally came together. And that's why I'm like, there is hope for this program. Yeah, we're losing a lot of guys. It's going to be a different team next year. There's still core guys with us. And once again, Jones did a really good job recruiting, got a lot of neat guys from the transfer portal this year. We got a fairly significant out-of-conference game coming up. We'll talk about that some other time. I'm excited. Let's take this momentum. Let's jump onto this momentum like it's a bronco, like it's a horse, and ride it right into 2025. Let's do that. You and me. Not the Red Wolves fans that are secretly SEC fans that would listen to Paul Feinbaum over any other person. Forget those guys. Those guys, they can come. They can walk behind us. You and I, dear Red Wolves fans, you and I will be the ones charging ahead. Not these Paul Feinbaum guys. I also want to shout out Channel 8. Region 8. Old Charles McRae and Chris Hutchinson. Those two were both at the game, man. They were doing their coverage. I love those guys. You know, Chris, man, he has been in the business for a long time. I remember I used to give him so much shit, so much unfair shit, because he would cover Razorback games, too. And sometimes I thought he covered them a little too hard. It's the nature of the business. You got to cover everybody. I wish all outlets would cover everybody in Arkansas. I wish they would do that. I mean, Channel 8 or Region 8 does. You know, they're fair. Hey, this is important news going on in Northwest Arkansas. You should know about it. Why do we not get that same deference? I don't understand. I mean, I understand. I know what's going on. I'm not a fool. But anyway, shout out to those two guys out there. I mean, the game ended around midnight. And if you watch Charles, if you watch Chris, I mean, they're lugging their own equipment. It's not like they have a crew. They are the crew. You know, they're setting it up. They're doing the filming. They're doing the VO. They're doing the interviews. Those guys are the hardest working people in the business. Hats off to those guys. Yeah, I wanted to end the show on... it's going to sound like a somber note, but in a lot of ways, it's also a joyous note. I want to shout out to the memory to a friend of mine, a guy named Werner Treichman. He passed away yesterday. He had a stroke. He had a stroke about a month ago, and he passed away. He had a brain aneurysm, never recovered. Werner was a playwright. Yeah, you heard me right. He wrote plays. That's what he did for a living. He was also a writer for the Arkansas Times. I think he did some work for the Democrat Gazette, but he made his trade in writing stage plays. Won some awards. You know, in this day and age, when people are on TikTok doing whatever TikTok videos they're doing, Werner was writing plays. Just an amazing man. An amazing, gregarious, kind, authentic husband, father. One of his son and my son played baseball together. Kind of a nerd. He wrote plays. And they were wonderful. And he was a wonderful guy. Taken at the age of 60, which It's too young to leave this mortal coil. He's gone. But man, he will live on forever from his art, from his plays. He has a page in the Encyclopedia of Arkansas. Check it out sometime. But that really underscores the impact he had on the state. When you're in the Encyclopedia of Arkansas, that means you did something, right? That means you are known. I raised a glass to you last night, Warner. An extra glass. I rose a glass to the Red Wolves for their win, but then my final glass was for you. And I invite you guys to do the same. If you ever have a chance to check out one of his plays or read some of his work, do it for my man Warner. He was a great guy.
Geico's motorcycle expertise gives me the coverage I need, like 24/7 claims. I'm on cloud 9.
Disclaimer, clouds are wholly unable to support the weight of an adult human.
What's happening?
Furthermore, clouds are not numbered. Even if you procured a jetpack and searched, you'd find no cloud numbered 9. However, at that altitude, you'd likely befriend a flock of migrating snow geese.
Geese?
Who'd encourage you to leave your 24/7 Geico motorcycle claims insurance behind, as they would take you in and even share their dinner of crickets and clovers with you.
Ew.
Geico assumes no liability for any indigestion that may occur from a clover cricket dinner. Geico, expertise for your motorcycle.